Hi, my name's Ian, and tonight we're going to talk about one of the two earliest examples of baptism of desire. And both of these examples, nobody, to my knowledge, has discussed them before myself. And the one that we're going to talk about tonight briefly is from the famous letter of St. Cyprian of Carthage. It's either Epistle 73 or 74, paragraphs 21 through 23. It's where St. Cyprian is the earliest person on record using the term no salvation outside the church. And he talks about baptism of blood, that's part of no salvation outside the church. Now, to understand the quote, you have to understand the context of this letter. The context of the letter is that he is actually rebuking and writing against the teaching of Pope St. Stephen of Rome and the position of the Holy See, which is the church's position on rebaptism. And he's actually accusing the Holy See of admitting people into the church that have never been baptized because they were invalidly baptized in a heretical group. So we're talking about people in St. Cyprian's opinion who are unbaptized. So immediately following the part where he says that unbaptized catechumens who are martyred for the faith are sanctified by suffering and perfected and obtain the grace of the divine promise. He writes, "But someone says, quote, 'What then shall become of those who in past times, coming from heresy to the church, were received without baptism?' End quote. The Lord is able, by his mercy, to give indulgence and not to separate from the gifts of his church those who, by simplicity, were admitted into the church, and in the church have fallen asleep." So that's what he says. He's saying that people who were admitted, who were in fact not truly baptized, but were in good faith and believed that they were baptized, and then have died in the church that they were admitted to, the one true church, that God, the Lord, is able by his mercy to give indulgence and not separate them from the gifts of the church. So to me, this seems very clearly to possibly be the earliest mention of the concept of baptism of desire. It's not the name baptism of desire, but it does appear to be the concept. The person thought they were baptized, they were admitted to the church, but they were invalidly baptized. And he believes that God would be able to give them all the gifts of the church, which would include salvation. The other work from this time period that I believe also has an overlooked early mention of the concept of baptism of desire is the anonymous treatise on rebaptism. And well, we'll go ahead and discuss that in another video. God bless you. Thank you for listening to this video. And be sure to pray to the angels and the saints to intercede for you, that you would live and die in the one ark of salvation, the traditional Catholic Church.